The Roblox event RB Battles Season 3 just ended, and boy was it crazy. This event consisted of Roblox YouTubers battling each other in a bracket-like system to deem one YouTuber a champion. On their YouTube channel, RB Battles posted multiple videos of the YouTubers battling each other in 14 participating Roblox games, going down the bracket until one YouTuber won it all. Underneath the exhilarating championship was a scavenger hunt for the Roblox community to complete. This was a quest for 3 limited items called bits, and these bits were hidden throughout 3 of the 14 participating Roblox games. But the thing is, they didn't tell us which games had it and what you had to do to get these bits. So clues were laid throughout the YouTube videos to help guide us to getting these bits. And in the end, there was even a grand prize for beating the finale. This took place all of December, and it was a chaotic time. It went so fast that you may be wondering, how was all of these bits found and what took place? Today, I won't be going through and teaching you how to complete the event. This will be a complete comprehensive timeline of the entire event. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this RB Battles Season 3.
No.
Wow, that was wild. Well, this is the RB Battles hub. All of the games can be accessed through the portals here, and all of the bits once found must be taken here to be claimed. Dang it, I forgot to pause. Now you might be wondering what the rush is for all of these bits. Well, let me show you. As you know, there was 3 bits that we can get. Russo's Robot Resonator, DJ's Dynamic Dasher, and Sabrina's Cyber Shredder. Each of these represent an instrument that connects to one of the 3 hosts. And once all these bits are found and taken back to the RB Battles hub, you are awarded a physical version of it to wear on your Roblox avatar. But that's not all. The first 10,000 people to get each bit gets a golden version of the item. That means that anybody who gets it after all the first 10,000 have been found, they only get a normal version of the item. So it was a first come, first served type of deal. So we have to stay on top of it, and we can't miss a second so we don't miss out on getting a golden version of each of these bits. Let's do this. The first video came out, and it's between YouTubers Creekcraft and Think Noodles in the game Piggy. Let's take a look.
20 minutes later.
Creekcraft won. I'm surprised. Anyways, there was one key clue that was left in the video.
Guys, I've been working on this poem. My drums are green. Some books are too. Behind a wall he hides, but he is blue. That's 6 times 2. Inside will be boards for keys. Thanks to T and...
Great poem!
Man, what a cool hint. I'm sure there's no other hints that we missed in the video.
Guys, Piggy gave me a secret message. She wrote it in invisible orange.
Yeah. Anyways, looks like Creekcraft is streaming, and oh my god, they figured it out. Creek and his fans were able to figure out that the poem was referring to Piggy. Multiplying 6 times 2, like referred to in the poem, gives us 12. And if we go to chapter 12, Plant, we can find that there is TNT in this map. Now instead of taking the TNT and placing it where it's supposed to be, we have to place it in the most random spot imaginable. Nope. Ah, there it is. Once blowing up the wall, you'll find that behind is a room with a code that you must enter. Around the map is a string of numbers which, once put together, must be translated into these symbols. To do so, you have to look at the number and look at the symbol that's above it on your keyboard. 1 is exclamation mark, 2 is @sign, 3 is hashtag, so on and so forth. This was referred to in the poem when it stated, inside will be boards for keys, hence keyboard. Anyways, afterwards is a simple little mission, and once completing it, we have finally found the bit. Oh. It's just a clue. That's right, this entire mission was just a secret badge for a clue that will help us in a future bit. But don't worry, it definitely becomes important later. But all in all, the event officially started, and we discovered one thing, and that this is going to be way harder than we thought. Today's battle is between PGHL Films and Ominous Nebula in the game Funky Friday. Let's take a watch.
20 minutes later.
Well, awesome, Ominous Nebula won. And there was a grand total of 0 hints. There's a lot of speculations, but no real leads. So let's take a look inside the Funky Friday game and see if we find anything. Seems to be nothing inside of the game. But there was one thing that was found. Players discovered flashing blocks with the host's colors on them, or something. But somehow the following phrase was found in the game. They hurried impatiently, stumbling into spectacular raging battlefields below, and treasured their lovely everlasting sentiments. Despite this sounding like a clue, this was nothing more than a red herring. As spoiler alert, it was never really used in any other way throughout the event. The only detail found out of it is that if you take the first letter of each word in this sentence, it spells out, "This is RB Battles." So, on to the next. Today we have Leah Ash and I Am Santa in the game Shopping Wars.
Bits. Shopping Wars.
What was that?
20 minutes later.
Leah Ash won. Cool, there weren't any hints in the video, so let's go check out the game. Help me! Ah! So Shopping Wars had a bug. You see, every participating game of RB Battles has a basic quest that you can complete in that game, but it has nothing to do with the scavenger hunt for the bits, and it's just its own thing. Well, unfortunately, the bug caused players to be able to get a bit from completing the normal quest of the game. When this happened, it was haywire for a good hour while everyone thought a bit has been found, and everyone was going crazy in the game. There was a bunch of bugs, there was a bunch of glitches, there was so much going on. The developers of Shopping Wars shut down the servers and revoked everyone's bits, and people completing the normal quest didn't get anything like they're supposed to. But this did do one very important thing, and that is that this proved that there was a bit in Shopping Wars. Sabrina even tweeted later on to confirm this, proving that Sabrina's bit, the Cyber Shredder, was in the game. After this, everyone was high alert knowing that there was a bit in Shopping Wars and keeping their eyes peeled just in case anything happened, because now we have a lead. Super Golf is today's game. It's between Dennis and Calypso. Let's take a watch.
20 minutes later.
That was a funny episode. Dennis won. Cool. Not any potential hints that could really lead to anything, but... Oh. DJ tweeted something. All the roads we have to walk are winding. That's odd. Oh well. I'm sure it's nothing special. Oh, it's nice getting some long, good, decent sleep. Oh my god, they found the first bit. So it turns out that tweet was important, and it was a clue. The tweet was lyrics to a popular song by the band Oasis, and people discovered, funny enough, that there is a map in Super Golf called Oasis. After some digging, I'm pretty sure, Jackeries was the first one to publicly show that there was a secret in the Oasis map. It turns out if you used a certain colored ball and hit a certain colored tree with it in the map, it would send you to a secret location that if you beat it, give you a question mark badge. After people discovered this, the hunt was on. Everyone was searching every map in Super Golf to see if they could find anything, while gunting groups secretly had a lead, and everyone in the RB Battles Discord server was going crazy in the voice chats. And all while half of the world was asleep. That's right, this took place in the middle of the night during EST time, so a lot of Americans and a lot of people in this area were sleeping through it. It was shortly after discovered that the island map also had a secret question mark badge. It turned out that there was 3 secret locations for each of the host's colors where you then can afterwards get the bit. And people knew it was serious when at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, somebody got the bit. The race for the first 10,000 was officially on. But after getting the bit in the actual Super Golf game, you had to go to the RB Battles hub to claim it. And to do so, you had to go into a secret room that required a code. Now you might think that it took a while to figure out what the code was, but no. Well, this code was quite simple because the pad that you had to enter the code on was a number dial. All you had to do was take the word passcode and translate it onto it. To do so, you take each letter and look at its number that it's underneath, and then you look at the position it is underneath that number, and duplicate the number that amount of times corresponding to the space. Long story short, this is how it worked. If we take P and look at which number it's underneath, which is 7, and it's in the first spot, we put 7 one time. And then you do that so on and so forth until you get this long string of code. After entering the code, people can then claim their bits, and then around 3 hours after it was found, all 10,000 versions were claimed and the first bit had officially been found. That night was officially a crazy left turn as no one was expecting to find a bit that early and that fast. people went on to show off their golden attire, while others woke up to their unfortunate fate, realizing that they missed the golden bit. But after this, everyone was on high alert, realizing that something could be found at literally any moment. Okay, I'm going to bed. Well, it's nice to have one bit safe and secured, but there's 2 more to go. So let's get our game faces on and watch today's episode between J and G and Flamingo in the game Wacky Wizards. It looks like my pet also hatched, so.
20 minutes later.
J and G. He won. But let's take a look at some of the hints that were found throughout the video. Throughout the video, there's a bunch of random numbers that were given, and a bunch of other QR codes that were as well. One of these QR codes gave us a string of numbers, while the other... Oh, come on. Once taking all these numbers and putting it all together, as seen on KreekCraft's stream, we found that the codes stacked on top of each other turned out to be... a key. That's right, the ones lined up made a key shape, which was very interesting. Nothing substantial is going to be found for the rest of the night regarding this information, so... Why are we at Shopping Wars? Oh, I forgot. Yeah, don't forget that there is still a confirmed bit in Shopping Wars. We found the first bit, but Sabrina's Cyber Shredder is still out there and waiting to be found. There was also puzzle pieces found throughout the videos, and this was a substantial thing that was growing throughout each episode. These pieces were ended up being put together, and I have no idea when this was in the timeline, so I'm just telling you this now, but it revealed this picture when put together. May look confusing now, but again, it comes important later. So nothing much. Well, let's go to the next. Alright, today we have Pinkleaf and Jackeries going against each other in the game Tower of Hell. Come on, do I even have to watch this?
20 minutes later.
Oh, Pinkleaf won. Oh. Okay, so let's dissect some of the clues that were found in the video, because there's actually quite a lot. To make sure that a lot of this is relevant, we're going to be talking with my future self today. Hi, future me. Hi, past self. Take off that hat, you look stupid. Oh, okay. So first we have this clip that was like a GPU acceleration thing with a weird noise that just happened in the middle of the video randomly. It looks pretty interesting. Was this important at all? Not as far as I'm aware. Oh yeah, and we have this weird random metaphor kind of clue that was in the video.
Man, people weren't joking when they said Pinkleaf is the Tower of Hell King.
Yeah, but Jackeries is right on his tail.
He has a tail?
I think it's like a metaphor.
A meta what?
A metaverse.
Who did you meet?
The metaverse!
You met a 4?
Okay, this is getting weird. Let's go back and see if Jackeries can catch up in this challenge.
Did I just have a stroke? Yeah, and that is in no way important. Hey past me's. Hi future me. Hi future me. Listen guys, at first glance that GPU acceleration thing doesn't lead to anywhere, but it is important. If we take a look with a spectrogram, which is a device that turns audio into images, and we run that GPU acceleration clip through it, this is the result. After this was revealed, people went wild. And then to add to the fire, Sabrina said something in the Discord server that just shook everyone. She just straight up said that we have all the clues we need to find the bit in Shopping Wars, and we do not have to wait for any further hints. It was wild. It was a crazy time. We had this weird image, we had this other big clue, and we had the facts that we have all the things we need to find Sabrina's bit. We were just missing one big piece, one ginormous piece of information that will connect everything, but we just have to find it, and then it happened all at once. First, let's take a look at the Shopping Wars. There's 2 badges in there that was not there before the event started, and it was flooding the candy store and flooding the bathrooms badge. This had to be in some way important to finding the bit, as this was not there before this all started, as I said. Well, it turns out that that previous image we got from connecting all the puzzle pieces is finally coming into play, because we had to use that to figure out how to flood the bathrooms. The sabotage plan just simply showed what toilets you had to hit and how many times you had to hit it to flood the bathroom. After that, people started getting the badge and realized it was the first step. So now we probably just had to figure out how to flood the candy store in order to get the bit. And people already knew kind of how to do that, because it looks like there's a bunch of candy pipes along the wall that we can hit. And if you hit a couple of them, it floods it a little bit, but then goes down. It looks like to flood the whole thing, we have to type in a sort of combination into the pipes that in the end floods the entire store. So now we turn back to the hint. It turns out that in a Piggy video, there was a pun that we overlooked. Remember at the beginning when I said there was absolutely no other hint that we overlooked? Man, what a cool hint. I'm sure there's no other hints that we missed in the video. Well, we did. This hint right here.
Guys, Piggy gave me a secret message. She wrote it in invisible oink.
Saying that there was a message hidden in invisible oink is all we needed. It looks like to get the code to flooding the pipes in the candy store and getting the bit was found somewhere in invisible ink. We just had to figure out how to reveal that invisible ink, which had something to do with Piggy. As the host watched from their high chairs above, everyone was endlessly searching, trying to figure out what we had to do. We already flooded the toilets, which was the first step. Now we just had to figure out how to flood the candy store, which is probably revealed in invisible ink somewhere, and we had to reveal that by doing something in Piggy. Like, what does it all mean? After this hint, everyone rushed to Piggy. I mean, portals, flashlights, and a pig, it had to be in Piggy. And searching through that, they found nothing. But then after a good amount of time later, a shocking discovery was made that could have been found ages ago. If we go to Piggy's portal, not in the game Piggy, but in the portals that were in the RB Battles lobby from the beginning, and we stay in there for 60 seconds, this happens. Oh my god. We had a UV flashlight. These kinds of things would reveal secret code anywhere. It turns out that there was a secret wall with a piece of paper behind it that was found ages ago. And now it's finally coming into play because if we take out the UV flashlight, it reveals this code. People ran to Shopping Wars. They put in that combination after flooding the toilets into the candy pipes, but then nothing happened. It turns out that that code was for only the first or second set of pipes, but the other set was a code that we still had to find. But with the devs and hosts realizing we were super close, they gave us more hints. We found that the other set of pipes code was right there in front of us. Facing the pipes, all we had to do was turn around, and there it is. The stained glass windows on the candy map was the code we needed for the other set of pipes. After putting that in, and the code we got in, we flooded the candy store. After that, getting a key, unlocking a door, and beating a boss battle, everyone was starting to finally get Sabrina's Cyber Shredder. The second bit has been found. This one was a little bit more difficult to get than the Shopping Wars badge, as the boss fight was kinda hard. But this time it did take place during a time that a lot more people were awake. So the golden versions did run out an hour faster than the other ones did. But all in all, the bit in Shopping Wars had officially been found. The hosts were finally happy that we finally found this bit, and everyone rejoiced in success. And also needed a break. But in the end, 2 out of 3 bits have been officially found, and there's still 1 more to go. We're getting close. Well, it's nice for things to finally go back to normal. Well, at least as normal as things get here. Anyways, today's battle is between Tanker and Bandites in the game Arsenal. This should be intense, let's take a watch.
Later.
That was insane, but Tanker ended up taking the cake. But what we're worried about is the hints. There was one very obvious hint about this pirate ship and secret or whatever. Take a watch.
Tanker has the advantage going into this round, but anything can happen.
Good job, Russo.
They are both Arsenal pros. Speaking of anything happening, anything can be a hint for the hidden bits. Even this.
Yeah, I mean, why does no one know where the pirate hid their treasure?
I don't know.
Because it's a secret.
Wow, that was a bad joke.
It was also a terrible hint.
Okay, make sure you like this video and let's get back to the battle.
Has to be pointing to build a boat or jailbreak, some game with a sea or with a pirate ship or treasure, whatever it may be. It's definitely pointing to something. Looks like there's also this other funny bit with Creek not being able to count or whatever. Looks pretty funny.
199.
He's still in training. He's
2, 10, 3, 3, 2, 10, 2. I'm still learning, guys. Go, 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 go!
That's funny.
199.
He's still in training. He's
2, 10, 3, 3, 2, 10, 2.
Oh my god. everyone ran to the one place they knew where they could enter a code, and that was Mr. Boringsworth's lab. Because yes, that's right, this weird clip that was edited ended up being a code. Now once typing this in, we end up getting subway doors activated. This code is only important later on when the final battle happens, as we need this code to get into the final battle itself. So this is something that we're glad we found now. But other than that, it comes important later, so we'll keep that in mind. So it looks like that's it, and I guess we just have to wait for another... Well, it looks like it's gonna be one of those nights. After this, everyone ran to the piano room. Quick, get the piano, get the piano. It's a hint, it's a hint, it's a hint. Nothing was found in the piano room. Cool, another hint. Looks like we get a 2-for-1 special. Looks like this is a fill-in-the-blank type of deal, but what do we fill it in with? I don't know. There's a lot of combinations, but people finally decided that the right one was dollar bill rubber ducky. For one reason. Bill Ducky. Bill Ducky. Bill Ducky. Build a key. Build a key. Build a key. Everyone instantly figured out that they were trying to say build a key, meaning we had to build a key in some way. People also went back to the major key hint and connected it by saying it meant made your key. Made your key, made your key. Wordplay. Everyone instantly decided that it had to be Build-A-Boat. With the pirate secret hint and the build a key hint, it had to be in there. All in all, it was clear. In some way, we had to build a key in Build-A-Boat and how to use that key to unlock something to possibly get DJ's bit. The question is, how do we build it? Everyone was trying to figure out what the correct way to build it was. They instantly thought of the Morse code key from previously before and built it in that type of shape, but no one could quite figure out how you had to do it.
3 hours later.
Well, this is all the possible key combinations I could think of. What was that? No, I do not have a life. Seems like we're at a halt. No one really knows what to do and how to build this stupid key. But people know how to get Arsenal's secret badge. What? That's right. In the most unexpected left turn ever, Arsenal's secret question mark badge was found right in the middle of everyone trying to figure out how to get DJ's bit. People discovered how you can get Arsenal's secret badge. It seemed ever since today's episode on Arsenal came out, people discovered that there was these weird little cubes that were hidden around the Tuscan map that were not there before. They found all the separate cubes that you had to find, and when completing it, it gave people a hint. And the hint stated, you have unlocked water resistance in the RB Battles universe. Good luck, battler. Water resistance was another hint that was pointing towards Build-A-Boat. It had to be in there. So with all of these 3 major clues that we had, we kept looking and trying to figure out how to build this stupid key. Well, unfortunately, we were at a risky spot because people were still figuring out how to do this, meaning that it could be discovered at any moment, and once that is found, the rest of the bit could be found, and the 10K can run out just like that in the middle of the night without even expecting it. So there was a huge risk with not paying attention to what was going on in the RB Battles world. So we have to stay on top of it. Well, it looks like 2 days later, everyone is still trying to figure out how to build this key in Build-A-Boat and how the water resistance is useful. But to pass time while everyone still tries to figure it out, let's check out today's episode, which is between Creek and Ominous in the game Sonic Speed Simulator. Let's do this.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
What? Oh my god, 10 minutes? Holy cow, Creek dominated! Anyways, since that was such a quick video, there was a goose egg amount of hints, meaning there were 0 hints. So I guess we'll just have to wait until something happens or for the next video to come out. Okay, yeah, it's 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it seems like it was discovered how you can build the key. Thankfully this time, Creek was prepared and was awoken to start live streaming. Everyone soon found that the key could be transformed into your hand, and it looks like we had to put it somewhere. And it looks like it was behind this waterfall, and that's where Arsenal's secret badge comes into play. See, if you didn't have the secret badge, which gave you water resistance, walking through this waterfall with the key would, well, disintegrate it. This shocked a lot of people, making them realize that they had to get this secret badge in order to get the bit. So this worried a lot and made them rush and get it real quick. Now after that, it looks like we put the key into this treasure chest, and once we do so, it unlocks a secret door. And behind this door is our worst nightmare. Let me introduce to you one of the most difficult parts of finding this bit, or at least the hunt leading up to discovering how to find the bit. This right here is a little mini game. Players would sit down and would have to play this mini game, and there was multiple levels that you could go through. Well, there was a vault in the other side of this room that probably led to getting the bit, and it looks like there was a keypad with a code that you can put into it. So people instinctively thought that you had to reach a certain level to get a code to get through the door. So people went to work and started to beat each level of the game. But here's the problem. The game was difficult. You were given a certain amount of bombs to place along the map, and these bombs would shoot projectiles that goes in all these different directions. Now these projectiles would keep on going until the edge of the map, but stay in that certain direction. This was a strategic type of game where there was a bunch of boxes all over the map that you would have to hit with these projectiles. But the problem is you only had a limited amount of bombs you could place, so you had to place them in the perfect spot so that they hit every single cube. And that's how you would beat one level. Well, this went on for an hour, and people kept beating the maps, getting higher and higher, realizing that, oh my god, if we had to get to a certain level, this was going to be impossible. Some people were making it to level 30 and nothing was happening. We were all doing something wrong. Still nothing. At least everyone's on the same page at least. Oh my god. Nope, that's right. People were getting through the secret door and getting the bit because they were brute forcing the code. That means people were just guessing it. They kept putting in random combinations until one of them worked. And some people got lucky enough to have it work. Luckily, it was very few people that were doing this though, so it didn't really make it an unfair advantage to those going for the first 10,000. And as you can see, the hosts were a little bit upset with this tweet. Well then, an epiphany happened another hour later. After this tweet, realizing that red was the answer, everyone at the same time thought of it instantly. People reset the server and joined back again so that they could start from a clean slate. Because it turns out you didn't have to go to a certain level, you only needed to beat one. Because the answer wasn't within reaching a certain level, but it was in the screen that appeared when you beat that level. See, there was a bunch of different colors that appeared once you beat a level. And to everyone's surprise, the code was hidden within that. So once you beat the level, and then put your screen through the red glass that surrounds the room, this is what you see. The code. Finally, after 2 hours, we figured out what we had to do here. And now everyone can move on to the final part of getting the bit, which was a boss battle. But wait a minute. This room looks familiar. That's right, this is the room that we saw at the beginning with the Piggy Secret badge. Isn't that cool? This is where the second secret badge came into play. Piggy Secret badge was required to get through this portal. If you didn't have the secret badge, the portal would not appear for you. So a lot of people's hearts dropped and they raced to get that secret badge as well. But anyways, for everyone who had it and went through that portal, after beating a simple boss battle, we finally got the third and final bit, DJ's Dynamic Dasher. Everyone was relieved they finally got the golden bit, and some, again, slept through it and woke up to realize that. But finally, all the bits have been found, and what have we learned from getting this last bit? It's that we're all overthinkers. These outfits are getting pretty weird, huh? For the past few weeks, the hunt has been pretty mellow. This final reward can only be claimed after December 30th, when the final battle happens. See, the final reward was a crown, and again, like the bits, the first 10,000 to get them got a golden version of it. But, on top of that, the first 30 to get it got a very special hood that was only given to 30 players, which was a very, very rare item. But again, you couldn't get any of these until the final battle happened, and then the live event afterwards started, which is where beating that gave you all of these items. And that could only happen on December 30th. So for these past weeks, everyone has just been watching the competition as normal, waiting for the day to come. It's not here. So this is where things become a little bit messy. You see, the editors that DJ, Sabrina, and Russo used to edit all of these RB battle videos was being extraordinarily buggy for them for the final battle. Because this final episode was an hour long, so it was being very unreliable and difficult to complete in time. This final battle is going to be between competitors Creekcraft, iBella, Dennis, Tanker, oh yeah, and Pinkleaf. Again, it would be a very important episode as it will crown the winner of RB Battles, but it will also help us into getting the final item. So unfortunately, it was delayed until further notice. Now we wait. It's been weeks without RB Battles. I don't know what I can do with my life until the final takes place. I mean, I could touch grass, but I don't know, it's too cold outside. Anyways, it's just been so sad and lonely. Oh shoot, it's happening today. On this random Friday the 13th in January of 2023, the final was posted.
1 hour later.
Wow, just wow, that was an insane video. It was so well made, and Tanker ended up taking the cake. That is awesome. And there was something else. At approximately 1 hour and 16 minutes into the video, you can see on the staircase at the very end, this riddle. Videos and times, round 1 complete, the durations combined reveal a puzzle to defeat. Well, the end of the event is a live battle. This battle contains who knows what, but by beating it, we will get these final rewards. But in order to do that, we had to do a few things beforehand to prepare for the final battle. And what was needed was you had to have all 3 of your bits activated. Now let me be real with you. You see, activating the bits started with that hint, and it was a whole thing that going around the RB Battles lobby doing different tasks until you had all your bits activated. By doing this and having the subway doors unlocked, you were allowed to get into the final battle when it happened. But how did you activate the bits? Well, it was a whole process, and it was a lot that I can't really go through today because it's just too much. And also, it wasn't really hints, it was just finding one thing after another, and it was a whole process. There's videos out there of how the bits were activated, but we're just gonna skip that for now for the sake of this video because it's already a little bit too long. So for now, just know that we have everything done. Forget about everything that happened in the past. All we need to know now is that we have all 3 of our bits activated, and we have the subway doors unlocked in preparation for the final battle. There's a countdown that officially started with this kind of bubbly, I don't know, juice container or whatever that's filling rapidly with its percentages going up and up until the final battle. And then there's a timer posted that showed a countdown until the official battle started. And that countdown was to take place on January 28th, 2023. So now we just get ready and prepare until then. Today's the day, ladies and gentlemen. January 28th, 2023, the final live event will be taking place today. And, you know, let's stop acting for today. You see, we won't be reenacting today because it actually is January 28th, 2023, the moment I'm speaking right now. The entirety of this video has been me reenacting what's been happening, and now I'm finally going to show you a true reaction to what's actually going down with a voiceover. So, as you can see my setup, I got Creekcraft stream because you never know what you may find, Discord open, and then of course the RB Battles game. You'll be able to see my live gameplay footage and my face as I do this. So here we go. Alright, whoa. I'm gonna have to stop you right there, past self. Hi, this is future me talking from February 22nd, 2023, finally finishing up the video and getting around to this part. I know that I just said they were going to be able to see my reaction and a live face cam throughout the entire battle, but I was wrong. Oh, are you freaking kidding me? Because after like an hour into it, well, I'm turning this off. I turned it off. Because this live event was just so much more than we could ever have anticipated. Let's run through this real quick. This entire thing started at around 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The servers updated, everyone was refreshed, and it officially started. Just like the activating of the bits, I am not going to go through the entirety of figuring this thing out step by step, or honestly anything at all. Because, well, let me tell you, this took forever. But every time we would complete a challenge, there was another, and another, and another. And it just kept on going and going and going. Each section took about an hour to figure out what we actually had to do, and all of this led up to the final boss battle, where everyone was just about to quit and be over with everything, and then finally everyone figured out how you had to do it, and then people started to get the hood. After the hoods ran out, the golden crowns officially started. And when was all this in the timeline? 8 hours later. I was personally the 1021st person to get it, and that was at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I went to bed immediately afterwards because it was just a tiring time and I was over with everything because it was just difficult and tedious and long. But to my utmost surprise, when I woke up at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time the next morning, there was still golden versions left, and it took until around 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time-ish for all of them to finally run out. That is a long time. If that doesn't show you how difficult this was, then I don't know what will. But after everything, RB Battles Season 3 was over. There was a lot of controversy around this entire event. You know, the thing with Roblox not really advertising it, exploiters and hackers being a big deal with data mining and leaking, and little stuff here and there that was a little bit tedious. But everything about the event was a-okay up until the final battle. A lot of people got upset. People got upset because of the difficulty, which, I mean, it's supposed to be difficult, and I don't know what to say about that. But I thought it was a fun challenge. It was difficult, but definitely a good challenge. But what the majority were complaining about that I understand completely with was the bugs. Unfortunately, there was quite a bit of lag and bugs here and there throughout the final battle. Most memorably, that one part where you had to go through the security cameras back and forth 4 times. The lights would kill you if you stepped on it, and they would slowly move back and forth. But because of lag, for a lot of people, they were jumping all over the place, making it almost impossible to complete. They ended up nerfing this way later, but it was definitely a challenge for those who did it. But all in all, the event was really well made and just super fun. But the biggest problem was, unfortunately, there was quite a few bugs that were just ruining the experience for many. I personally enjoyed it and definitely hope there's a season 4, but the hosts themselves said they don't even know if they're going to do it because a lot of people say they don't want it and because of all the problems this season faced. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below if you think we should have a season 4. But all in all, the event was over. I can't go without mentioning one more thing, that there was an encore for the Golden Crowns, because there was one more bug. That was a big one. People were experiencing issues that when they got to the part where they claimed their Golden Crown, it wasn't working for them, and they weren't getting the badge from it. People worked very hard to get up to that point, just for it to glitch and not work, so a lot of people were upset and told the hosts about that. Because this was such a game-breaking bug, and made people lose out on their chances on getting a Golden Crown, they did something to make it fair for everyone, and raised the cap to 15,000 people instead of 10,000 people to get the Golden Crown. So on a random Saturday at like 3 p.m., I don't remember when, but they raised the cap and gave 5,000 more people the chance to get their Golden Crown again. But as expected, this time it did not take overnight for the Golden to run out. It actually took only like an hour or 2. But after that, the event was officially over, and everyone was left to debate. So that was the end of RB Battles Season 3. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This took me so long to make. You have no idea. I've been working on this for like 2 months now, the duration of the event that's been going on. I've been working on it slowly, and my editor, just like they had their problems, I had mine too, and it just kept on crashing and bugging. So that's why it came out so much later than it actually did. But I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys subscribe to stay for more awesome content like this. Please leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. All the support is appreciated. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see hopefully all of you in the next video. Goodbye, battlers.